Okay, so yesterday I talked about the importance of when somebody gives us a gift to use it for the purpose for which they designated it. And at the end I talked about how I turned down somebody's offering to get me a television because I didn't feel like I could use it in the way that it was designated. And when I went back to my room, I was thinking about one of the Bodhisattva vows that says when somebody makes an offering to you, you should accept it, because that enables the other person to create merit. And sometimes if you refuse people's offerings, then their feelings are hurt. Okay? And so I've had a few experiences with that kind of thing in my life. And so I was thinking again about this television thing. Because one of my experiences about that Bodhisattva precept was, this happened many years ago, and Sangha Rinpoche was in Los Angeles, and there was talk of him going to Disneyland, and I very much wanted to go. But I didn't have any money. You know, not because I wanted to go to Disneyland, but because I wanted to be with Rinpoche. But I didn't have any money. And so I was kind of, you know, talking about that in some way, you know, so that people knew. And then somebody came up and offered me the money. And I said, oh, I can't accept that, you know. It was like I had not very good motivation for wanting to go and for talking about it, and I can't accept it. And one of my teachers, Geshe Gyaltsen, was sitting there, and he said, you should accept it. And I said, but I don't have a good reason. And he said, then you change your motivation. You know, and then he went on to say that it was because, you know, somebody wanted to create merit by making an offering to me. As it turned out, nobody went to Disneyland, I don't think. I can't remember exactly, but I know I didn't wind up going. But it was a strong thing from Geshe-la when he said that. So then I was thinking about the television, you know. So should I have accepted it in order to enable this person to create merit? I still don't think it would have been a good idea, okay? Some things, if you accept from a person so they can create merit, then you can very easily give them to somebody else, and the other person's feelings would not have been hurt. But in this case, if she had given it to me and I had given it to somebody else, her feelings would have been hurt. Also, it's difficult to give a television just kind of away, you know, and then of course there's always danger when it's there that you start to watch it, even thinking you're going to give it away. So I didn't even want to go there. So I think that that was still a good decision. Lots of times, though, sometimes people give you things and you really feel that the person is going to suffer because they've given it to you. So then what you do in keeping with the Bodhisattva vow is you accept the gift, allowing them to create the merit, and then you offer it back to them, you know, and say, you've created merit through making this offering, and now I want to create merit also by offering it to you. So you can also do that. And I did that one time when I was living in Italy, and when I was leaving, one person came up and gave me her watch. And I knew that, first of all, I don't wear watches, and I knew that she would really feel the lack of it, you know, and didn't have a lot, and so I accepted it and gave it back. Okay? So there are some situations like that. Lama Zopa, and we'll get into this as we go on, because there's a thing called faith offerings, when people offer to you with faith because they respect you being a monastic. And so those offerings you have to be very careful with, and I'll talk about those as we go along. But, well, I'm leading into it now. Well, I better save it for tomorrow, otherwise it gets too long. Okay.